Hi, I'm Declan, Tyrell's Technical Director.
And I'm Richard, Senior Broadcast Engineer, and welcome to Tyrell Tech Byte.
Each episode is going to introduce you to a cutting edge of media technology and get hands-on with the newest and most innovative products in the market.
We're asking the tough questions and giving you the information you need when researching media creation products.
In each episode, we will be joined by a guest with the inside track, sharing tips, tricks, and maybe even a little gossip about what's coming down the line.
And we'll make sure to ask them the questions you want answered about the product they're showing.
In this episode, we're going to look at Media Central, part of the Avid Everywhere vision, and how it can revolutionise workflows for our broadcasters and large facilities.
Our news team on the ground in Hartford is covering a typical local news story of a house fire. And these teams need to be able to work on multiple stories simultaneously under extremely tight deadlines, no matter where the news is breaking. A journalist is on site covering the fire, with the producer and editor back at the station. At the scene of the fire, the journalist captures some footage on his iPhone. Time is of the essence. The newsroom wants the footage immediately to break the story. Because the Avid Media Central platform integrates with any cloud-based storage service, all the journalist has to do is shoot and upload the footage, and it's instantly available to anyone back in the newsroom. This level of tight integration with third parties is possible through Avid Media Central's Connectivity Toolkit, with its ability to integrate with any hardware or software. As a result, while the competition is worried about getting their footage back to the station, our guy is ready to move on to the next story. Now back in the newsroom, the producer is logged into Media Central UX. And as we saw previously, the Avid Media Central platform provides tools that connect members of geographically distributed teams to each other and their audience. For news teams, it provides a unified view into news stories, video assets, video sequences in progress or completed, and tools to push finished stories to online and on-air channels. Using Media Central UX, our producer has viewed the fire footage and messaged the editor that it's ready to drop into the story. Now back in the edit suite, our editor receives a message from the producer with a link to the footage right from within Media Composer. The editor reviews the clip and drops it into the timeline. Once he's done with the edit, he can easily share the finished story with the producer, whose job it is to get the story out.
I'm delighted to introduce Carl Perry, Avid's Solution Specialist.
Thanks, Declan. So let me tell you a little about Media Central. It's made up of a number of different components. Media Central UX is the user interface into the solution set. The Media Central platform is middleware that allows you to connect into your existing Avid infrastructure. And that Avid infrastructure might be Interplay Production, Interplay MAM, or iNews, or some of the native components that we've introduced onto the platform, like Media Distribute.
And the Interplay the Central solution requires all the Avid components or some of the Avid components?
So there are a variety of different deployment models that we can offer to customers. There is an iNews only deployment. There's iNews with Interplay. There's iNews with Interplay and Interplay MAM. There's Interplay Production only. So a variety of different ways in which we can deploy the solution.
So the UI can literally have a view into all of the Avid components of a broadcaster, for example.
Correct, yeah. So there are a series of different roles that you can deploy on the user interface, which expose different kinds of capabilities. So if you've got a newsroom system deployed, you can have the panes that allow you to create stories, create rundowns. If you've got the Interplay Production connections deployed, then you have the capability to cut video, play that video back, mark the video up. So a variety of different functionality.
Carl's going to demonstrate Media Central for us now.
Carl. Thanks, Declan. So, signing in. What's going to happen now is a series of different panes are going to be presented on the screen. Those panes are adjustable based on the role that you have adopted. So, for example, I've now logged in and I've come into something called Cut. Cut is a mechanism by which I'm able to take media that's been ingested into the system. That media may still be being ingested into the system as well. So we can do edit while capture. Yeah, absolutely. So the same facility that's available through Media Composer connected to Interplay Production is available through Media Central as well, because we're utilising those underlying platforms. So if I take a small piece of content here, drop it into the window, you'll see on this content that there are a series of tags already added to that. If I want to add new markers, all I need to do is jump to the appropriate point and choose the color of the marker that I want to use.
And Carl, for the purpose of our audience, this material that's playing here is playing from where?
This material we connected back from Dublin to the UK into our facility in Pinewood, and we're playing the media off the ISIS and interplay system in Pinewood. We create a series of either JPEGs that we then compress, or what we've just introduced in the newest version of Media Central is the ability to do file-based deliveries as well, which helps in situations where you've got low bandwidth.
And for instance, this laptop today, there's nothing particularly special about this laptop that allows it to work with Media Central UX.
No, it's a laptop that is capable of running Google Chrome, which is what I'm operating in today. There are no other significant requirements in terms of the laptop. It's just needs to be a fairly low spec machine, because actually the majority of the work is being done server side, and then all of the screen real estate is being generated on the middleware server, delivered down to the client in the web browser, where you can then utilize those. Once the media is in this form, you can actually send that media back ready for play out. So if you've assembled a news story at this point, you just click on send to playback, and then you can deliver that out to your playout service. Basically, as we discussed earlier, this is talking to a centralized system. All that you've got here on your client machine is a browser. You're actually connected into the main facility, and therefore you have access to all of the send to playback services and all of the transcode services, and obviously access from the ISIS, where all the media is being held, straight through into your playout environment, be that Airspeed or whatever playout server your facility has chosen to deploy.
Thank you very much, Carl. That was really exciting.
And don't forget to join us next time when Carl will take us through Media Central for producers and editors. For this episode, Avid have given us some great giveaways, so send us a tweet to @TyrellCCT or #TyrellTechByte for a chance to win some great goodies.